Hi, I'm Cindy from bdownswear.com, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make geometric patterns. It's a great thing for small areas, waistbands, straps. It adds a lot of texture in a little space. We're going to be doing a geometric pattern. So I'm going to show you a couple different ways you can do it. You can do it with chain, and it's super simple and super easy. But it's very limited the colors that you can get that in. And so this is like a belt where it's all weaved together. We can also do it with loose rhinestones. So I've squeezed out some E6000. Some people like to use the syringes. I'm not going to use this one right now, so I'm going to go ahead and put a needle in it to cover it up. But I've taken the chain and I've cut it. You can cut it into whatever shape you want. I've cut squares, but they can also double up as diamonds. So you can do it however you want. I prefer the diamonds. And so I'll just show you one little technique that you can do. Let's go ahead and use the syringe for this, just because it's easier. I prefer E6000. So you just want to generously put that on the back. But remember, if you put too much, it's going to ooze over the sides. So, should have done this part first. You'll want to decide where you want to start the pattern. So, like on these, you'd want to start smack dab in the center. Or off to the side, but you'll want to figure out how many you have and go from there. Okay, so then you'll want to use, like I could use some soap or chalk to determine where I want those marks to be. How many of these I have, you'll want to divide them up. Figure what kind of spacing are you talking about. So once we've got that spacing down, maybe one here, then you can go back and say, okay, I want them exactly this distance apart. So you'll place that down, figure out where the center is. Let's say this is the center of my project. I'll place that right on there. Now, when you're doing that and something like this, you'll want to think about how much space do I have on the top and the bottom to make it even, so I can go all the way around, okay? And then how much, if I start in the center one, how many pieces am I going to need to go all the way around? That's something you'll want to measure out. But don't forget, when this is on the girl, it'll be stretched, so there'll be less space in between. So let's say we want it there. And we'll go ahead and go with the other one. A generous amount. Let's go this direction. It'll be easier. More room. So something like this is nice and flat, so it works for to put buttons on a jacket or something like that. Now you'll have to decide, do you want these to stay plain in the center, or do you maybe want to place some rhinestones around it? So let's go ahead and go show you how to make that pattern just using rhinestones. Okay. So once you've measured and determined where you want that to be, so let's go ahead and use these. So to get your center point, take your back seam, fold it in half. That'll give you your center point. I'm going to mark it with a pin because it'll be easier for you to see that. Let's see, that's the center point right there. Okay, so on this one we used 4 stones across and 4 stones across. It's a square but turned on its side. So we'll want to go ahead and dip our toothpick into some E6000. If you've got any tails, pull them off. Any strings, put it in there. Go ahead and place that center one down. Now something that I found works really well. I'll go ahead and cut a piece of paper here. You want to think about this and think about, let's make that a little bit better of a square. So if you're setting it down like that, how would that work out? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and set this over here so you can see the angle that it's going in. So the best thing for me is I put a right there. I'm going to put another one So that is straight up and down. Then next to it, and next to it. See how we've already got that pattern going on there? Now you just expand on that. So now there's 3. And then you just keep going. In the middle. Now that's a different type of a diamond, but this is actually a really popular one. So we can keep expanding on that though. And just keep going. Now we're going to need one more row. And let's keep going. And there we go. You have a diamond there. And this one's a little different of a shape because the stone size is a little different. But it's 2 different techniques that you can use to get a diamond pattern. Really simple, really easy, and go ahead, have fun. Thank you for watching our video, and if you enjoyed it, make sure and click here to subscribe because we're going to have some amazing DIY videos coming out. And if you want to get our free, complete dance costume DIY guide, click right here or go to bdancewear.com/DIY guide. And lastly, if you have any questions or ideas for future videos, please leave it in the comments below. Thanks again for watching our video, and remember, be original, be colorful, bdancewear.com.